Bonjour everyone. So today, welcome to my channel, and today I'll be teaching you lesson 2 of French, which would be leave talking vocabulary. Okay, so this is our first word, which is pronounced bon souhait, and we use bon souhait when we want to say someone who is leaving. Like you have been talking to someone for a long time, and then when someone is leaving, you say bon souhait. Now coming to a second word, it is known as bonne nuit. Now you might be seeing that I have written pronounced word at the right side, as it is because it is pronounced that way. So you might take notes of how we pronounce this word, because sometimes many people make mistakes while pronouncing it. So bonnenuit is pronounced as bonne nuit, which is known as good night. So in French, we say bonne nuit to say good night. Now, this is known as au revoir. Now, for each of the words, I have written the English pronunciation of them. So if you want, you can just see those and then refer to the French writing word, because some people get confused between the written part and the speaking part. So make sure that you see the pronounced section as well as the word, French word. So au revoir means goodbye, which is informal. Now there are many words in French which mean the same thing. For example, in my previous lesson, we learned the word salut, which also meant hi as well as bye. And then we also learned bonjour, which meant hello, good afternoon, and good morning. So you have to remember all of these words in order to start talking in French. And the reason I'm making you learn these vocabulary, because these are the most easy way to learn French for beginners, because believe me, I have tried the other way, learning French by introduction, like by learning introduction first and then learning these words, because it's really hard to learn these words afterwards. So it's better if you learn now. Next we have a bientôt, which means see you soon, and a literally means see. So you might have noticed that there are other words. Now, see you tomorrow in French is à demain. Next we have à tout de suite, which means see you in a minute. Now, this is a phrase, like a long phrase. So now next we'll learn long phrases like see you in a minute, see you on Monday, like these phrases. And you'll notice that in these phrases there will be a at the front of it. So you can recognize in a simple mean that like if there's a in the French phrase, that means that you will have to add si in an English translation. So that will really help, but in some cases these are exceptions, like when you add a to the French word, but still it will not mean see. So you can remember these, or you can just like make a remember point for just this lesson. Now coming to the next word, it is à la semaine prochaine. Now it's quite long, but I guess you'll have to learn it. But as you learn these things, you will start to get it, and you will just say that French is just as easy language as English. So à la semaine prochaine means see you next week. Now coming to the second last word, which is à plus tard, which means see you later, and à tout à l'heure, which also means see you later. So it is your choice to remember any of the word But if any French person tells to you a tout à l'heure, then you might want to learn this word. Or if a French person says to you a plus tard, then if you don't understand their meaning, well, you're in trouble. So it's better if you learn both of these and their meaning as well as. Now you might see that there's not a pronounce word written over there, but you might see that I have written P and P for both of these pronunciation. So you might see it right here. Now I hope that you understand this, and the reason why I have written it really closely, because you really have to say it the way it's written. So like a tooth lahur is like in between those, there's literally no break in between while you speak. So that is why I've written it like that, and I hope that you learn it that way to speak. And remember, French, when you speak, doesn't seem when you write. Like the words and the pronunciation is totally different. Now coming to the last vocab word, which is lundi. Now the reason why I have written it so closely for the pronoun section is because you don't give a break to say the gap. Like when you say lundi, you don't say it like this, lundi. You actually say it like this, lundi. You do not give a space while you speak, which means see you on Monday. And lundi exactly means Monday in French. Now I will teach you days of the week afterwards, and that would be just in some of the lessons. So till that time, you will just revise this. So now let's revise this with me once again. Hello everyone, so now we'll just take a quick review of these words. So say with me, bonne soirée. We say bonne soirée when someone is leaving. For example, you are sitting over there and you had a really long chat with your friend. And not to mention, you can also have a short chat. So any talking in between you guys have happened. So then you say bonne soirée to say when someone is leaving. And now bonne soirée. You might, if you have listened to my first lesson, you might have heard the bonsoir word, which means good evening. And please don't get confused when someone says bonsoir or bonne soirée. Keep that in mind. Next word is bonne nuit, which means good night. And the word nuit, you might recognize in it if you write English and you know English. Obviously you know English because this video is in English. So yes, you might, because this nuit word actually kind of correlates to the word night. So you might actually get a hint. And the word bonne usually means good. So bonne soirée when someone is leaving. Bonsoir, it also contains bonne, so which means good evening. And bonne nuit contains bonne, which means good night. Next is au revoir, which means goodbye. And we say goodbye when we want to say goodbye for a formal person, right? Which would mean like a stranger. Like you're talking to someone and you don't know, but usually you talk to them. Then you might say au revoir, or you can say salut, which also means bye. And then the next word is à bientôt, which means see you soon. Then à demain, which means see you tomorrow. Next is a difficult one, à tout de suite, which means see you in a minute. Now it doesn't really have to be this two, like the last word should mean the minute. it really doesn't mean minute in French. As I said, we use a lot of words which are not the same, and some of them are same. So French has a lot of exceptions. So repeat after me. À tout de suite. Next is à la semaine prochaine. À la semaine prochaine, which means see you next week. Then we have à plus tard or à tout à l'heure. Well, this is my favorite word, à tout à l'heure, because we have to kind of say it really quickly, which means see you later. And the last one is à lundi, which means see you on Monday. So thanks for being on this video, and I hope that next week we'll learn how to say names, like not names like what's your name. Like for example, my name is Kanishka, so I'll not teach you how to say my name. I'll actually teach you the phrases like what is your name. For example, comment tu appelles tu, which means what is your name. And there are different ways to say this, and also my name is. So je m'appelle, my name. So in next lesson, lesson 3, we'll learn the names. So till then, have a nice day, and please like, subscribe, and share my video if this was helpful for you.